So sometimes the hurdle to course success is actually the curriculum design. Okay, I'll be honest, most of the time, the hurdle to success is curriculum design. Good design starts from solid objectives or goals with a structure that helps your client reach those goals. So if you have a course, how do you make sure that's actually what's going on? In this video, we're going to cover exactly that. Hi, I am Dr. Catrina Mitchum, and I have been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. So, what are design hurdles? The first thing that you need to cover is unclear objectives and goals. So, if your goals or objectives are non existent or unclear, then you're going to have design issues because there's nothing to ground the alignment of the journey. So, if you don't have goals, then check out my video on creating goals. You can retrofit goals from the things that you already have in your course by looking at what you're having them accomplish. And so that should be the starting point. Go through and see what you're having them do, and then you can write goals, SMART goals from there. If you already have some, you want to make sure that they're SMART goals. So you don't want to say things like, we're going to master automation. Okay, well, that's great, but what exactly does that mean? A SMART goal would be something like, we're going to use ManyChat to create automated sales in your business so that you can spend your time on other things. Or, we are going to use ManyChat to create an automated sales funnel for one product, right? It's very specific. It's something that's measurable. It's something that is concrete that we can reach. So once you have those goals, you're then going to map out what that learning journey is. So what are the basic steps? Where do they start? How are you breaking it up? How are they seeing progress? Where are those kind of trigger points or transformative aha moment points that are the jumps, right? The leaps from what they knew before to what they can do next. Okay, so those are the two things that you need to sort of already have in order to determine where the design hurdles are, right? Because the next step is that you're going to map those goals to your learning journey. So will that journey get them to those goals? You're going to be looking for gaps. So, for example, there is a point in my kind of course creation for beginners program called Course Maker between outlining the steps that are moving toward the goals and then organizing the structure, right? There's a jump there. It can be a brain melting jump. And I know this because I have had my brain melted and phoned a friend to help me talk through that process. So this is a point where I've built in extra examples. I've built in extra support. And I pay special attention when folks hit this spot. And so when you're looking at your goals and your learning journey, you're looking for places where, one, people get stuck. You know, because you've done this, you're the expert in the subject. You know where people are going to get stuck. You can't anticipate where everyone is going to get stuck, but right now focus on the low-hanging fruit, the places where you know people tend to struggle, because those are the places that you're going to need to sort of fortify a bit more and have things in place, because that is a hurdle to learning. And we don't want the design of something to impact whether or not people can actually make that jump. Those aha moments, right? We want those aha moments to happen. The other thing that you'll look for as a design hurdle is whether or not you have those actionable steps. If you don't have actionable steps, then you're going to want to build them in, because that's a really big part of that design, making sure that the steps that they're taking are taking them along on the journey, or the steps that you're having them take have very clear paths for them to get to the goals that they're trying to reach. Okay, so after you've identified sort of the big jumps, and after you've made sure that you have actionable tasks at all of the points where they need to be doing something to move forward, you want to check your content, and you want to make sure that the content is supporting those tasks or providing very specific knowledge that they need in order to be able to do the tasks. So it should be clear how that content applies to the tasks, or how they should be applying that content, right? Sometimes it's not necessarily a very specific thing you're having them do, but something they need to go out in the world and do. Make that connection clear. make it clear how to complete the tasks, how to take their engagement with the content and apply it to something actionable. And that brings me to the last design hurdle, not connecting it to real world outcomes. So sometimes there are hurdles in the way that we've designed a course when it's not actually clear how these things are going to impact the goal or the thing that they want to do outside of the course. So this video has less "this is how you fix it" suggestions because it really is going to depend on what you find. So if you get in there and you've got your goals and you made them smart and you have mapped out what you have, and you're like, I don't know what to do with this now, go ahead and book a strategy call because I can help you, find those gaps and do the next steps. This is often sort of a bespoke moment depending on what you have found in your course. I can also do that piece for you in an audit, and those links will be in the description. Next week's video, we're actually going to talk about expectations as hurdles. And this is another space where you can kind of get ahead of things in order to create a space where your learners can be successful.